And we are live. Sorry for the wait. I had some technical difficulties, but we're back on track. So, welcome to Shad's Lifestyle, and this is Shad's Talk Show. And today we are on for some exciting topic. And I just want to thank everyone who is here today. Please like this video, comment as we go along. Sorry again for starting so late, but we are here nevertheless. And I just feel led to pray. So let's begin with a prayer. Most righteous and heavenly Father, you see the work that we're doing today. And so we thank you, Lord, for acknowledging us and for sending your Savior to die on the cross for us, mighty God. Today, I place this session in your hands. I pray that persons will be empowered, persons will know what they're all about, that whatever mission, being a leader, leading with confidence will also impact on your people today. We pray, mighty God, that you will just help us to take it day by day and let this be a good session. In your name I pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So today we have with us awesome. I don't know if you know that I admire you, but I admire you so much. And her name is Natassia Wright. So it is Her Excellency Natassia Wright, and she is the co-founder of Mind Food International. And she is an author. She is an author and leadership practitioner. She's a HR consultant, youth advocate, and inspirational speaker. Her company, Mind Food, is known for providing the ultimate conference and training experience, whether corporate or otherwise, both locally and internationally. Mind Food, for the past 7 years, has flagship events such as Caribbean Leadership Summit, the National Kingdom Summit, the Jamaica Leadership Summit, and Power Fest, and more. And Mind Food International was also a part of the Caribbean Leadership Summit, and it was endorsed by the Governor General himself. And through her leadership and inspirational, um, through her nation involvement in influencing change in various communities. Recently, she received the Governor General Award for her excellence in leadership. Natassia is appointed as a United Nation ambassador, which was in 2020. And she specialized in teaching about purpose and destiny, as well as how to evolve the leader one ought to be. She is a mother of one daughter, which is Amia, and she has her husband, that is Jamal Wright, and they're married for 7 years now, going strong. I see them on all the platforms, and I love them. And one of her favorite quotes is, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," by Mahatma Gandhi. And today I am so honored to be in her presence, Her Excellency. Thank you so much for joining my live today. And welcome to Shad's Lifestyle, my talk show, where we just empower young people as what your mission is all about. This is just to educate persons about different aspects. And today we are going to talk about leading with confidence. Now, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here, Shaday. It's an honor for me as well. I don't know why you're going so. I see the work that you do, and every now and then I'll share a flyer um, because of the caliber of people that you bring on here. So automatically, I understand that you're about empowering people and helping them, and I always ensure that I support um, those kinds of platforms. And so I'm excited to share with your colleagues, your listeners, viewers, whatever you call them. I'm just happy to be able to share with your audience on a whole.
and that's good. So when we are going through work and school, my audience is art students, and some of them are, young entrepreneurs
Mhm.
or recent graduates. And so we are a bit shy when it comes to, taking charge. And so I'm asking just a typical question: what is a leader? What is the principle behind being a leader? Let's start with
Um,
that.
sure, most definitely. I don't mind answering that. I'm happy that your audience is actually people who are in university, not in any job, may not be in a job as yet, because it gives you this information is going to be so useful for you, whether you're doing a business, you're going to be going into a particular job. Now, a leader is someone who decides that they want to do more than the average. Let me start there. You have many different explanations, definitions. My husband is a living, walking encyclopedia. If I call him now, he can probably give me five different definitions. But I really want us to stick to what I believe is a leader, is an individual who stands out from the crowd. It's somebody who decides that they're not going to just sit back and let somebody determine the direction of their life. So you plan, you execute, and you also ensure that you leave a legacy. So a leader is somebody who holds the reins. They go at the forefront and then ensure that there are others following behind them, that they can guide them in the right path. So simply put, I'm leaving it at that. You guys are students. We can whole heap of book definition. So I just wanted to just lay that foundation right there.
And as you said, a leader is someone that, take charge and know who they're all about. But how do we find that within us? Because some of us are suffering from being shy or even low self-esteem. But how do we conquer or getting our purpose of being a leader? How do we find that within us?
All right. Before I even go there, most of the persons tuning in right now have various things going on in their life. They have gone through different traumatic events as a child, as a teenager, even though some of us are going through some stress, like it's literally marring us. But I'd love to share a little bit of my story to help you guys understand where I'm coming from first. Because you see, at the age of 10 years old, my father, who was my absolute world, he was shot and killed in the line of duty. So he was a police officer. He died tragically. I believe it was only like 8 months before that my house got burned down. I was always a reserved child. I never spoke much. When I was about 16 years old, in fifth form, my mother died from an asthma attack. The Monday morning after my mother died, I had to go sit HCXCs. I had a grandmother living in the States. She came home to take care of my brother and I. That grandmother died from cancer 1 year after my mother died. Now, guys, I've been through molestation, grew up in poverty. I've seen a lot of things. I've gone through a lot of things. Now, can you imagine what all of those different events did to my self esteem, to my whole outlook on life? I didn't want to speak to anybody. I wanted to remain reserved. I didn't really worry too much about relationships with people because I stayed to myself. Now, I said that to say, or I shared my story to say that many persons are going through things right now in terms of just being shy and being afraid to speak out because you've gone through some really rough things. And so, what I wanted to just mention is that before you are even able to just get up and say, all right, let me try and take on this persona of an extrovert,
All
you
right.
first have to come to terms with what it is. Yes, what is it that you're really facing? What's the root cause? Because the truth is, no matter how no matter chatting, no matter how you try to dress up and look good and be excited when you see people or whatever, at the end of the day, when you go home, you're still going to be sad because what? You've gone through some things that you have not come to face. And if you're not at that right place, you're always going to find yourself reverting. And so I just want to make mention of that. You may have gone through some things. You may need to forgive some people. You may need to forgive yourself, because
Right.
sometimes we don't forgive ourselves. So, and I can be very personal. For example, because I was molested, I was walking around with this shame and disgrace. Now, anybody, any sensible person would be saying, "But Nas, why are you ashamed and why are you disgraced? You are a child.
Right.
You don't know that. You don't think about that. You were in an environment that exploited you, manipulated you, and you took on the shame and the disgrace that you felt as though people will always judge you. But the truth is, when someone sees you, they don't see what you've gone through. They may not know that. So I'm
Right.
saying, and I hope you guys are catching what I'm saying. Before you can really step into being confident, I'm being real with you. Before you can step in being confident and being all that God has created you to be, you have to really let go of some past incidents that have happened to you.
Whoa. Whoa. That's all I have to say. Whoa. You're learning from your experience and even stepping out. And I think that sometimes our story actually, give us the confidence that we need to
Yep.
step out and say that I can do it because I've been through so much, and this is just for me to show who I really am. And I'm so touched by your story. Wow, wow. And look at the woman you have become. So inspirational. And, I just want to thank you so much for just sharing even that, because some of the times we're here, and when we do talk about our struggles, we still know and we still have feelings to go
Hmm.
back to that. But you being bold and you just come here to how many audience and you just say what you had to say, because I believe that someone is here to actually know that they are going to conquer. So thanks for that.
And you know what I want to mention to Shade, because the truth is, when we sit behind a phone or a laptop and we look on social media and we see these people, they look good, right? Because I
Right.
look good, you look good. People are looking at us and they must say, boy, no man, them two way up things are going for them, right? I wish I were as bold as Shots. I wish I was, as accomplished as Natassia. But you see, we don't see that. We don't see that. And what
True.
I'm saying is that the same emotions, the same self-esteem issues, the same worried about the confidence, the same insecurities, every single person on this earth has them. Everybody, barring none. So you're no different.
And when we do find and be, move on from our struggles and tap into our confidence, what are some of the things that we should do to ensure that we are respected and show respect to others as well? So how do we claim our respect in our environment?
All right, and I like to give these kind of tips or nuggets, and it's general, meaning you can use it in your personal life, you can use it at work, you can use it, at home, whatever the case is. Some of the tips that I can give you in terms of just boosting confidence. Tell me if I'm following. That's what you want,
Right, right.
right? In terms of boosting confidence, the very first one is to understand who you are. Let me tell you something. If you don't understand who you are, everything else that you do will be incorrect. It will be erroneous. It will not be on point, because the whole source, the where it's coming from, your identity is misaligned, right? So
Right.
when I say you have to know who you are, you have to know whose you are. You must have some kind of faith-based belief, right? And because why? Because we have to understand that we were created in God's image. Not just that, but He has sent us here to do a particular thing. And you
Right.
have to believe His word. He says we're fearfully and wonderfully made, right? So you use these different things as your basis, as your foundation of who you are, so you can then operate and move forward. Now, when you understand who you are, there are certain things that you have to limit. First one, negative self-talk. It must stop.
Right.
You must stop like looking in the mirror and say, Lord, I'm fatty, I'm ugly, I need longer hair, I need straighter hair. I wish I didn't look like this. I wish my skin color was lighter, all these different things. Now that is talking about your exterior, but what about the other negative self-talk that says, oh, you can't do anything right? Oh,
Right.
you'll never turn out to be anything good. Oh, you're just like your mother, or you're worthless like your papa, or you're always on social media looking at all these people's lives. You'll never get there. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Those are the things that if you're not careful, you will have the look. You look as though you're confident, but when you speak, people will be able to pick up that you're not there. You're not where you should be because you doubt yourself, right? And what happens is when you are so doubtful of who you are through negative self-talk, this is how you become so easily manipulated because people will feed on that. They
Right.
know that you love their approval. They know that you love the likes. And so
Right.
and so they know that they can sway your opinion or they can get you to do anything at all. So the first one is to really limit the negative
With
self-talk
talk.
and the
Right.
limiting beliefs. That's the first one. You need to get rid of that ASAP. The second thing is you have to boost your knowledge base. Now, these are for the young people who are saying, all right, I'm going to go into the working world. When you get out of school and you have your degree, you don't know anything. Make I tell you, because because you studied, but it's
Right.
not what you're going in the job to do. If you look today, and statistics will tell you a lot of the people who study to become different careers, they find themselves in whole
Somewhere
different
else. So
fields,
true.
right?
So true.
They
Right.
find yourself doing all kinds of things, and it's not, guys. Listen, it's not to make you feel bad or to feel like school is makes no sense. No, I'm not
Right.
saying that. What I'm saying is, even when you get into the working world, you have to ensure that you are consistently increasing your knowledge base. So, in other words, you never feel like you know everything. You'll never know everything. You have to learn something from somebody, right? And to hone in on confidence, you have to know what you're talking about. For example, I feel great talking about confidence. Why? Because I embody that. I try to embody that. I don't think that I get it right all the time, but I think because I've worked on myself for, let's say I worked on myself for 10 years, personal development, reading, speaking, writing, all these different things. So I really think that I'm probably an expert in this field. Why? Because I'm always learning more. When you know something, guys, you will body that literally and figuratively. You will walk it, you will speak it, you will eat it, breathe it,
Right.
and people will believe you. You
Wow.
know, you have a lot of people who go around bluffing, and sometimes, like, when people are bluffing, somebody will say, "Sure, him take people for fool, or she take people for idiot. She don't know what she a do." Because people know. Right? That's why I say you have to always be a student. You have to always be learning. Keep building on what it is that you know. Times are changing, technology is increasing. What you know last year may not be able to help you this year, you know.
So true.
Don't you see what has happened in COVID? With COVID?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, what you know last week probably can't even help you today. So you have
Right.
to always be increasing your knowledge base. That's how you are confident, right? So that's a really big one. You have to boost your knowledge base. When you're knowledgeable, you'll be more confident. All right. No, there's a third. There's a term. I said term. Can you believe it? Number three is you have to rinse and repeat. And I see somebody here. I have to put on my glasses because I can't read without it. All right. The Heart Speak says the experience comes when you step out there for real, not at school. Exactly. And so number three, which is rinse and repeat, is literally saying you need experience. You know, when somebody has done something for over 10 years versus somebody who is doing it for the first time. Talk truth.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know when somebody just start doing nails, you know when somebody just start doing hair, you know when somebody just learn to put on makeup, you know when somebody just learn to fix a car, you know when somebody
Right.
just learning to speak, you always know why. Because experience sets you apart.
Profession. Yeah.
So for the persons in the audience right now who said they want to be great in a particular field, all I can say to you is start early. You want to learn, you want to be a public speaker, you better start speak. You want to be a writer, a songwriter, you want to be a start. Experience is that thing that sets you apart from everybody else, right? And talent is not enough.
Whoa. That's
Talent is
new.
not enough. Let me
That's
tell you
new.
something.
That's new.
No, it can't be new. Talent is not enough. Let me show you something. I've been doing speaking for over 10 years. And I'm coming on, Shad's lifestyle, Shad's show today. I'm prepared. So talent is not enough. I could come on here and I could wing it, but I don't want to do. I want to be exceptional. I want to be set apart. I want you guys to leave with information. Don't ever think that, oh, because I can run, I don't have to go train. Not no go so. Not no go so. Go and ask our Olympians. They had to go
The training.
train.
Right.
So you see, you need the experience. You need the experience to embody that kind of confidence. If you don't have the experience, you're going to have to start garnering some because it makes you even bolder. You sharpen your skill. People will know that, listen, know that person really know what they're talking about. Because that's what experience does to you. Rinse, I repeat, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Malcolm Gladwell says somebody who puts in 10,000 hours in their craft is considered an expert. What is 10,000 hours? He says that's probably equivalent to 10 years. But I'm just saying you need to start because you will have to, build on that experience. And then I want to give you one more and then I hand back over to you. Um, Now you have this thing where they have this thing that they say, "Oh, fake it till you make it."
Yes.
It's quite popular. A lot of people will tell you, say, "Oh, to build confidence, just throw on a suit and go out there and probably borrow a friend's car and act like it's yours, and you will feel nice." That kind of something. Well, I want to change it. I want to say, faith it till you make it. What am I
Wow.
saying? I'm saying you are going to
Take
dress
it.
the part. You are going to speak the part, right? But it doesn't mean that you are faking it. You know what it means? It means that you understand that your current situation is not your whole life. Your current situation does not dictate your destiny. So it does not mean that because you are living in a ghetto right now, when you go to school, you must look a particular way. Nobody says that. You don't have to look like where you're coming from. And it's not about faking because you have people who will say, oh, them go and let them rich. Oh, them go and let them this, that. No, you are setting a particular standard for yourself. And I want to drill that in our young people's head. Set standards. Don't just do your work any old way. Don't just
So
do
true.
things any old way, right?
So
You
true.
have to ensure that you are working in excellence. So not just come and give it so little bit because nobody expects any better of you. Absolutely not. Dress as best as you can. Speak as best as you can. Work as best as you can. It's not about faking it. You are faith in it. You're saying, okay, I don't have all the resources, but whatever I have, me I go then say, Tony, and make
Use it.
fashion.
Yes.
And you're gonna look as best as you possibly can. It's knowing that one day soon you're gonna get to that place that you want to be. And I want to stop there for you to ask more questions.
Amen. Amen. Look like you're preaching today, you know. You are preaching today because you are hitting some notes. You are hitting the bar because it's actually true. And what you said is faith it till you make it. And
Yeah,
we should actually develop standard. And I can see that
yeah,
in every aspect of my life, going into the working world, we still see our flaws, but we should also set standards, and that is
yeah,
the way to go. When persons see you, they should know this is what you are known for. This is what they expect of you all the time. Even on a bad day, they will know that this is
yeah.
not you because you know
Mm-hmm.
you are not that person, and so you should create that atmosphere. Um, you have you speak at different events such as international events. I think you are doing a news. You're coming on NNN. Then
Nationwide
you're
tomorrow.
coming on nationwide tomorrow, and you have a reason with a lot of big heads. So what I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking is that what are some of the things that you thought that you being coming to these persons that are educated, that are what are some of the things you see that you could have done that if you knew before you would have done it in that space of time?
That's that's such a powerful question. I want to share with you. I remember when Jamar and I just started going into corporate training, corporate people. Now, guys, some people say the toughest audience is church. Some people say it's hard to go into corporate Jamaica, wherever you call corporate. Because of course these persons are managers, they have the degrees, they have whole heap of things over you, right? That's what you're
Right,
thinking.
right,
We never we thought we didn't think that we were capable of training them. We thought that, listen, people them not gonna listen to you, man. Plus we younger than them. Oh, we were saying that. We were saying, Trump, they're not gonna really listen to what we have to say, even because it's good because we don't have a PhD before our
right,
name. That was one of the things that I think we were saying to ourselves. And another thing that we were saying is that, oh, they're not listening. So even when they're in the training, I'm saying, boy, they're not really attentive. They're on their phone or they're on their laptops or whatever. If I could change that, no. If I have changed it because we have come a far way. We would understand that we would know that everybody's seeking information. Everybody's seeking something. And sometimes you sit and you reason in your head that you're not the right person, you're not qualified, but you are indeed qualified because you come with a different perspective, right?
right, right,
Chevelle Franklin has this thing where she say, "I'm not for everybody, but I'm for somebody," and that's what I truly believe now. So I don't even worry when people talk so much crap about me or whatever the case is, because I know I'm bringing something for somebody. It may not fit what these other people want, but there's somebody out there that's gonna be able to change their department, change their life. We're speaking it in a different way. I remember one particular meeting that we had, a training that we had, and we thought they were so disruptive. They weren't paying attention. They were in their laptops. And I mean, at the end of the session, they were like, listen, where have you guys been for so many years? Like, everybody is coming here, they bore us to death. They say a lot of different things. So I just want to leave with you guys that you can't count yourself out before the opportunity.
right.
When you get the opportunity, go and do your best. Don't talk all those limited self beliefs and negative self talk before, because you're gonna feel bad. You're not gonna be able to show that kind of confidence. So what you should be doing just before you approach whatever it is that you're gonna do, you should be putting a pep in your step. You should be boosting yourself, right? You boost up yourself like Soprogen, not tearing down yourself. So you need to work on that. And I think that's what we do now. We know that when we enter a room, we're carrying something for somebody, or we're carrying something for an organization. Whether they take it or not, that's not up to me. But I know that what I'm carrying is useful. And so we take it from that angle now, and not worry about what PhD we don't have and all these different things. It doesn't even matter.
Nice. And how do you accept failure? Failing. How do you accept failing and moving on, finding the strength to do something else, be greater?
All right, guys, this is where I really have to level with you. I've been through so much failure. Failure in a business, failure in relationships, failure in friendships, failure as a parent. Every single area you can possibly think of, I think I have failed in some way, shape, or form. But guess what happened? That particular failing does not determine your whole life. You hear what I'm saying? And so for
Right.
you out there that are listening, watching, whatever the case is, if you fail a course, it's not the end of your life. As a matter of fact, if you flunk out the whole of university, it's not the end of your life. Because I can tell you, my biggest failures and disappointments have served me as my biggest stepping stones. And that's why I'm so careful about, I'm talking to young people, because I realize that society set up in such a way that young people are so hard on yourself. You
So
need to
true.
throw off some of the stereotypes,
So
right?
true.
Throw off certain things that people trying to say to you. Like right now is like, if you don't shape a particular way, if you don't look a particular way on Instagram, nothing not going for you. Those are lies, guys. You have not failed. You have not failed because you can't find a job. You have not failed because you're born and raised in the ghetto. You weren't, you were selected to come here. Your parents, you never come to your parents in a dream and say, oh, you guys need to go sleep together so I can come into the world. That didn't happen, right? And so it was predestined for you to grow up in a particular area. And so I'm saying to you that those same failures that you're looking at and say, boy, my life is over because of them, those are the exact things that are going to lead you into a greater future. Let me level with you. Natassia Wright wouldn't have no HE in front of her name if I had not gone through hell and high water. I wouldn't be so real. I wouldn't be so passionate. I wouldn't be so don't really give a darn what anybody has to say if I had not gone through all those things. And so you see, right now when I go through different disappointments and failures, I look at what God has done for me so far. I know that it's not my entire life. I'm one of those people. I'm like what I'm like those golf balls. If you throw the ball, we in Jamaica they say booming ball. If you throw the ball and it drop on the ground, it go and bounce right back. That's just me. That's just me right now. It don't matter who want to turn them back on me, it don't matter who write me off. I'm saying to myself that listen, because I failed in one area does not mean that I won't be successful in another area. And I'm saying it to you guys, stop counting yourself out, stop writing yourself off because something doesn't seem to work. To boost your confidence, you have to focus on your strengths.
Right.
You keep working on what you're strong at, not stressing about what you're weak at, because you may never ever be strong in that area. But you were given a gift or a talent for a reason, your purpose for a reason, because they can do that.
Okay. Not sure if I am on or Natassia is off, or is it my Wi-Fi? Am I still live? So I think so I think Natassia internet is down. I think she'll come on back soon. And she also has a recruiting service, which we'll be talking about. She has some job availabilities, and we want to touch on that before she leaves this session. Um, Okay, you're on, Natassia.
Guys, that was just the devil from hell. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So I was just saying that you can't write yourself up because something did not work. Focus on your strengths. That's why you are given that strength, that gift, that talent, because it's gonna take you places. Can you imagine if Usain Bolt was focused on just doing an ordinary 9 to 5 and not working on his gifting? Can you
Right.
imagine? Right?
Or his talent, which is football.
And exactly, or focus
Right.
on football. And my husband would say that he looks absolutely horrible when playing football as compared to athletics, because you know the man gifted for that, right?
Right.
So guys,
Right.
I think you need to focus on your strength. It's when you're operating in your strength, and swim a mile, or they say, Nas, I'm gonna pay you $10 million to go speak. You know, you already know which one easier for me, because you know I get me to go in and know what for that long it won't work. I'm gonna die. So clearly you're gonna be confident when you're operating in an area that you know you're supposed to be. Can I touch on something really quickly, Shads? Because you have a lot of people out there who are pretenders. You are
Right.
doing this thing because you want people to like you, or you want
Right.
likes, or you want notoriety, or you want
So true.
popularity. It will kill you. You
So
can't take
true.
up things that you know you're not built for. So you need to just focus on your strengths.
And you
Over to you,
promised
Shad.
you promised me that you'll tell me some things about your recruiting service. We talk about leadership and being confident, but we also want to touch on your recruiting service and some of the job availabilities you have. Could you touch on some of the jobs you have available and how do we go about applying or get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So what Mind Food has done is literally created or started a recruitment agency. So these jobs are available on a needs basis by different companies. So what we do in the meantime, until we get the request from these various entities, is we have built a database. So it means that if Shad send me her resume and she is has experience in HR, and something in HR comes up and we need somebody, naturally she'll be shortlisted in that role.
Okay.
So I have pretty much been going around doing some advertising here and there to have persons just send me your resume. It's I have so far been recruiting for a few months, and I think my success rate is pretty high. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that when I recommend people, they usually get through. So if there are persons out there you're looking for a job, also guys, go follow me on Instagram. If you
Okay.
send me an Instagram message, I answer. I always answer. So you can let me know there what kind of job you're looking for. I'll send you my email address, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, I'll put your Instagram link in the chat section. And
It's just my
are
first name, last name, so it's at Natassia Wright.
okay. And are persons receptive? Are they applying? Are they sending their applications? Or you
Yeah,
think that more
of course.
persons?
Let me. If people want jobs, of course they're gonna send. Of course they're gonna
Okay.
send their resumes. And especially when you know you have a direct link to organizations that are seeking to employ individuals. So all I pretty much do is I do the initial what you call first interview with the individual, just to check out what it is that they're looking for, to make sure that you have a good match with the company. If it is that the opportunity did not it didn't come through for the individual, I'll have a talk with them as well. But I'm pretty much helping you to find a job, right? And if we have any small business owner who is listening and you need persons for your company, please give me a call and I will ensure that I do the recruitment for you. If you don't have a HR, if you have a HR and they have so many things on their hand and they can't manage, give me a call and I'll work it out for you at a fee to the employers, not to persons who are seeking employment. All right.
Okay, do you have any available at this moment?
Yes, quite a few. So, like I said, just have the persons reach out to me. I'm gonna give you guys my email address. It's very easy. It's triple N, so it's NNNKB@hotmail.com, and that's where I receive all the resumes, and I pretty much filter through from there. I'll send you back a email to say that yes, I have received your resume, and then see if I can find any possible availability for the individual.
Okay, and the final question is, so I want you to give the final advice to persons who are probably unemployed now or depressed because of what is going on and they probably cannot finance themselves or going through a rough path. Just give me a final word for those persons.
Guys, I'm so happy that we touched on failure because failure is a real thing, but failure is not final. So if you're going through a really rough patch right now, it may be that you're out of a job, you're not working, you don't know how you're going to finance yourself. The situation at home is bad. Whatever the case is, guys, do not lose hope. You have to hold on to hope. You have to trust for a brighter future. Something must break, something must give. And when you have that kind of mindset, you keep going. Even when it looks dark, you keep going until the door opens. And there is a quote that says, if there's no way, there's no trail, you make one. You create one, which means that if you have a talent, a gift, you have a skill. If you can do nails, go do nails. If you can do hair, go do hair. If you can bake, bake and sell some people. Whatever it is that you need to do, which is wholesome and has integrity, will uphold your integrity. Go and get it done to feed your family, to feed yourself, and to ensure that you are still in school. But again, failure is not final, and keep pushing. Keep pushing. There's a story of some men who were digging for diamonds, right? Digging for diamonds. And the first set of men, they actually stopped so close to the diamond mine. Sometimes you just need to keep going. You never
Right.
know who's gonna give you an opportunity. And while you are waiting, do not be complaining and being bitter. Keep, keep keep being positive, keep believing that something is going to work out for you, because sometimes the person with the opportunity is watching you bicker and be complaining and all these different things. So have a positive outlook in the meantime while you look for a job or whatever opportunity, whatever, guys. But I'm really praying that you guys embody confidence as we spoke about, and do it in a real way, in an authentic way. Focus on your strengths, right? Faith it until you make it. And of course, put your trust in God always, guys. It was a pleasure to share with you today. Beautiful afternoon. I don't know what's going on for Shads in the country, but
It's
it's
raining.
a very bright. So it's raining.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
All right. Thank you
I'm
so
I'm off the
much.
island and we are all ahead of you with 7 p.m. and of course outside looks like 3 p.m.
Wow.
But it was a pleasure. Yeah, it is very
Okay.
bright out here.
Okay. Your Excellency Natassia, right? Thank you so much for coming on today. I've been scheduling this. I had to schedule this, guys. She is a busy woman. To be on my live today, it is an honor, as I said before. And you went down to earth. You down to earth, the dirt. You gave us everything that we could hope for. And you just encourage us to stay confident, working working on our strength and just keep pushing. And that is what we needed to hear today. So thank you so much for joining, and we'll stay connected. So thank you so
Mhm.
much. I'm not sure if anyone in the chat wants to ask any
Yeah.
question. Yeah,
Anybody
we should open the
have
floor, right? So if
Yes, go
anyone
ahead, man.
wants to
And
ask a question.
while you look for a question or questions, I want to take the opportunity to big up Mr. Mindfood, who's standing right here beside me. Who listen, man is so patient. I can get so annoying, and he just works. He just works with me, and help me set up and everything. I think
And
God has blessed me
he's so
with a
cute. You and the, oh
it's
my, you
cute husband turn up, man. And I'm really praying that you ladies find your Mr. Right. You know,
oh
like how
my,
I found my Mr. Right.
nice. I'm not seeing any question. No
No
question.
question?
No. Hello. Hello. People pay for this service, you know. People pay a lot for this service.
What they're
No.
gonna do is after we come off, then I'm gonna see my inbox full up. And then I'm gonna be like, Lord, me tired. I can't go through all of this right now. Guys, ask your questions, man.
Wait. Um, no, I'm not seeing any questions. But they are so grateful, though. She covered
Hmm.
everything. They say you covered everything, no questions. So it's
Awesome,
clear.
guys.
It's clear. Stay connected to Natassia Wright on Instagram and follow her on
Mhm.
LinkedIn as well. How do you manage so many platforms? That's my question. Do you have
I
a
have
personal
I have
assistant?
a secret. Yes, Mr. Right. That's why I have to big him up because he does all that back end work. Is that big?
What?
Yes. So he does. I don't know if you heard that because I saw my internet go a while ago.
Yes, that he does all
So
that.
I'm saying he does all of that. So by the time I get up in the mornings, because I'm a late sleeper, he would have posted morning charts on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Because guys, them something yeah, whole heap of work, you know.
I
Like you,
know.
a lot of you sit down and you covet and you say, "Oh my, wish I somebody could have, do all these." No, no, no. So he works the social media. The only thing I would literally go in and do is respond to the comments.
Okay.
That's my thing. So I'll respond to comments, probably, and I have to respond to my DMs. But the posting, my wonderful husband, who is a market extraordinaire, um, answers, does all of that for me. Thank God for him.
Okay,
Do
so
you ever have?
Melissa has a
Yeah,
question.
I do have cold feet sometimes, but hmm, I get nervous. It's not cold feet because I'm not gonna not show up to an event. That that not happen. Not with Mr. Right. They cannot not show up to his work. You cannot not show up to his work. But I do get nervous. You have some platforms that I get very nervous on because sometimes I'm wondering if I'm gonna be like criticized or if I can't be myself and I have to be highty tighty because it's not all the time I want to be that kind of way. If you understand what I mean,
Yes.
right? So probably those sessions, I think this year I've had some of the biggest audiences I've ever had. And a few of those I did get nervous at first. But like I said, the positive self talk, everything I tell you to do, I do it. The positive self talk, I do those first. And the nerves is good. It's good when you're nervous. It tells that you need to get your stuff together so that you don't go empty headed and empty handed. So nerves is good.
And applying for jobs, you go to the interview stage, and that's horrible to me. That's, even though I seem so confident, like that's like, oh my
It's so
word.
as
How
a recruiter, I can tell you that my job is to ensure that you're comfortable because I hate it like to have to do an interview and the person did it. And sometimes, Sometimes the person I try hold it together so bad, but then can't even answer my question without them nervous. It's them hands are shake and all these different things. Um, so I would say the positive self talk. When you see that you go into the interview and they say, how are you today? How was your trip to the office, or did you experience any difficulties? Those questions are literally to just thaw you out, because we know that you're stressed at this point. So those questions are to get you to just lighten up a little bit and just understand that, listen, they need you to be yourself when you go into an interview. Them don't want you clam up like that. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, your personality needs to come out too. Because I can tell you, when I'm recruiting, we couldn't care less sometimes about the qualification. I just want to see the person. I'm sold by the person. Yes, you must have a brain full of things, but your attitude sells it. So yes, it's okay to be nervous because you want to do your best. As Shelly said, didn't Shelly tell us that? That it's okay to have to be nervous, but at the same time, you do your best and relax, because your personality needs to come out of that interview. And another thing, if you don't know something and you go in an interview, tell them you don't know. You're not sure. Well, I don't know the answer to that. Don't try and make up nothing, please. I beg you. Don't make up anything. Just say you don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. I've never thought of that. I've never come across that kind of information. Just be yourself, guys. That's what people want. I work with a lot of CEOs, and yes, they want you to come with the skills, but they want people who are teachable. I cannot stress it enough. You need to be teachable, coachable, not be offended when somebody corrects you, right? And not try to come and want to take over everything, but just want to learn and grow. That's what they love.
Thank you so much. Look here, you touch on topics that we will you touch on
Take forever, right?
every topic. Like my audience, they are so grateful. You touch on everything that we need to, shake ourselves off and just step into the
Mm-hmm.
world. Tomorrow is a brand new day, and you made sure that you
Yes.
gave us all that. And so we want to thank you so much. And it's going to an hour now, so I think we said enough. And thank you so much for just being yourself as well. And what you said, being myself, sell yourself, not
Yes,
just
sir.
your qualification. That is a gem. That is a gem that I will take, because some of the times for me, I think I'm just sometimes too outrageous, or my personality is just full of a basket of a lot of stuff, and so
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I try to put down something, but it's always coming out. So
No, I
thank you
don't
so
want you
much.
guys to do that either, because when you do that, what you're doing is almost selling yourself short. Guys, you can't dim your light to make anybody look any brighter, Walk to
True.
look. Be
True.
yourself. If they don't want you, they were not worth your time anyway. That's what I'm saying. But don't go dimming your light in a room because you want other people to feel better about yourself. Half of them don't like it anyway. Be yourself.
So true. So
Be
true.
yourself. Those who want you around will be okay with your personality.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, and we'll end our live session with bye, my beautifuls, bye, my handsomes. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, later. Bye, folks. Thank you so much for joining.